we are live again. What's happening, y'all? This is the Creatia Conversation for Thursday, January 12th, 2023. It is the number one news source on Pornhub for all that nerd-ish. I am your host, Lord Cussalot Travis Pointer, a.k.a. the Dragon King, a.k.a. Big T, a.k.a. T Money, a.k.a. Sweet T, a.k.a. Black Merlin, a.k.a. DHNIC. And I'm joined today by Vince Daddy Delgado. How you doing, man?
That is home, Travis. That is home. No Matt today. No Matt.
No Matt today.
Aren't you glad that you don't have to do 4 straight shows in a row with Matt?
I mean, it is kind of a relief to break up the monotony, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing Matt's face every day, it gets old, you know.
I mean, I see it every single week on Fridays. So
yeah, that's once a week though. That's not daily, you know.
Yeah, you need your personal space.
Exactly.
My only regret is that my presence here prevents the viewers from following up on Matt's white horror story mystery adventures and seeing what happens with the ghost that's hanging from his ceiling in his house there. So
I too would like to know what the follow-up on that is, and I purposely have not asked him because I don't want to hear the follow-up until he's on the show again.
Exactly. So that's actually what I'm looking forward to on Friday's show tomorrow. So that should be fun.
I hear you. So, first time on this show, Vince. What you been up to? What you been watching? What you been playing? What's going on, man?
Well, man, you know what? It's mostly been just catching up on some shows that I'm ready to start streaming, because that 90s show it's coming up next week. So I've recently started a new binge of that 70s show with my girlfriend.
Okay.
We about a month ago.
Into that, but
that 70s show, you never got into it?
Never got into it.
No better time than the present. No better time than the present. But then also about a month ago,
yes, we do need an update.
Sorry. Just like everyone else, I was watching Wednesday. I finished that from start to finish. It was a fantastic series.
Oh yeah.
And then other than that, just keeping up with just Chicago Bulls basketball mostly.
That's painful.
Tell me about it. Especially after last night's game. I don't even want to talk about it.
I've stopped watching the games because it's always a disappointment. But also, I still though get these updates from Yahoo Sports, and I get updates I see stuff on Instagram from the Chicago Bulls team talking about how this player did so well this game, and did this. These are the stats and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, but you lost. And it's just every time it's just if you had won, you'd have said you won, but you just talked about the stats. You definitely lost that game.
Yeah, the common thread lately has been that the Bulls lose to the worst teams in the NBA, but beat the contenders in the Eastern Conference. So at least we got that going for us.
I feel like that's because they come into the game against us and overlook it, and they get caught by surprise.
Yeah, and then we end up doing the same thing to lesser teams, even though we're not on the higher echelon of NBA teams. But it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta squeeze that in with a few wrestling in there, but it's mostly that. Just I usually just focus on one show and binge it all the way through. So that 70 show is what I'm focusing on right now.
I get it. I asked Matt this. I don't know about you. Did you watch Chicago Party on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
You should check that out. It's fun.
Okay. You said it was what now?
Chicago Party Aunt.
Chicago Party Hunt? I mean, it has Chicago
Party
in the name.
Aunt. A-U-N-T.
Okay, so I'll probably check it out. It has Chicago in the title.
Oh yeah.
So that alone is gonna make me check it out. I'll probably add it up to my list of things to watch.
Yeah. Another thing. You play mobile games at all?
Not mobile games, man. Unless you count whatever's on my Nintendo Switch as mobile.
No, I don't count that.
No, but mobile.
No matter what people say, the Switch is a console. All right.
No, it's a console. I mean, I haven't even played Pokemon Go in almost 6 months now, maybe.
Okay.
It's been a spell, man. It's been a dry spell.
I'm not a mobile game player.
No.
However, there is a game that came out a little while ago, some months ago, I think, a couple months ago. Marvel Snap.
I saw.
Listen. Fucking love this game. All right. I play it all the time. Like right now, if I wasn't doing this show and I was doing something else here, I would also be playing Marvel Snap. Like it's a lot of fun. I love it so much.
I saw a few like trailers and like commercials for it on my Twitter feed so many times, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Good reason.
What's even like what's even the whole core of the game then? Like is it like a trading card game?
Yeah, it's a card game. But the thing is, it's like each one of those cards has specific things they do. Like it's about I play it so much. But you each card has a certain energy cost.
Yes.
And each round you start the round with more energy. So you can only play the cards that cost 1 energy in the first round. Well, those are the only cards that you'll be able to play in the first round because you only have 1 energy that round. Each round you end up with more. Like the second round you have 2 energy, third round 3. Unless something happens in the game where there's something that happens where you have more energy that round. That's gets to more complicated stuff. You've been playing longer, you're on more advanced kind of boards and all that kind of stuff. But then each one also has an amount of power. And the way that you win, there are 3 locations. And the way you win is to have the most power in 2 out of the 3 locations.
Okay.
Now, it sounds simple, but then each card does something specific. Like the Hulk is just straight up, it just has a lot of power. It costs 6 energy, just a lot of power. But then there's other cards like my personal favorite card, the Shang-Chi card.
Shang-Chi, okay. What does that one do?
It only costs 4 energy, but I never played in the 4th round. I usually save it till 6 because when you play that card, it destroys all your opponent's cards in that place that have 9 or more power. So what you do is I wait till round 6 when they've played more powerful cards, and then I drop the Shang-Chi card and take their power away from them.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's kind of like fuck was it called? Dark Hole, like in Yu-Gi-Oh, where you like it destroys like all the monsters, but this is more specific to like higher ranked, stronger monsters.
Then there's another one, the Hobgoblin card that I have too. I love to do. Basically, it starts in your hand, but it automatically moves to your opponent's side in that section. But it's -8 power. So I play the card, it moves to their side, it takes 8 power away from them. It's like my whole strategy really isn't adding up power for myself. It's basically fucking them up.
Which honestly, knowing you like the way that I know you, sounds exactly like your strategy and your playing style for this game.
Like I've won several games having 0 power at certain locations because I didn't need because they were in the negative.
You know what? It's sort of similar to how I used to play as a Yu-Gi-Oh player when Yu-Gi-Oh was the thing for me. Because I had a deck called the Gravekeeper's decks, and it was all about like ruining the graveyard for everyone else, for my opponent, so they couldn't access their graveyard, sending all their good stuff to the graveyard, and they can't access the graveyard. Now they're fucked, and then all I got to do is just attack them one by one.
Right.
So it's all about like messing with your opponent. So I'm with you. I mean, come on, Travis, you can't get me to download this game, man. Like, you're gonna make me download it. It sounds like Yu-Gi-Oh in a way. It sounds like some core fun elements that Yu-Gi-Oh had for me.
And the games are quick. Like it doesn't take a long time to get through games and all that kind of. It's fun.
And it's Marvel. Who doesn't like Marvel?
Exactly. And that's the thing. You collecting cards throughout the whole thing. When you win more stuff, you get more to be able to collect more cards and all that kind of stuff. I haven't spent a dime on it, and it's still a whole lot of fun. It is. It's like my favorite. In my head, I'm just like the way I picture the way I play. Just like, yeah, that was cool, but no.
I like the side commentary I'm getting here. By the way,
yeah. Before we get into the news, though, well, actually, I guess we can make this part of the news. It's newsy time because we do the hard hitting news around here. We do the real shit. We don't drop the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like we give you the real hard hitting stuff. And when it comes to that hard hitting stuff, Yeah. Are you a Sierra Mist guy?
I am, actually.
Well, Sierra Mist is going away and being replaced by Starry.
Starry.
Yes.
Tell me more about the Starry.
Okay, so this article comes from Food Beast. Constantine Spiro, I believe his name is. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. But yeah, go to foodbeast.com, check out this article, read it for yourself. But basically, Pepsi is doing away with Sierra Mist and bringing in Starry to try to compete with Sprite because Sprite is dominating the lemon lime pop game. You know, like nobody touches Sprite there. However, they said we're gonna try to fight them now. So they were going to replace Sierra Mist with Starry. So the difference on this one is, I believe what they're saying is it's going to have a more bold and strong aroma to it too, on top of having a stronger taste.
So they're going to make it more lemony flavored. You're going to feel the citrus.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I guess the aroma is going to have more to it also. There's going to be a standard and a sugar-free version, as with most,
right. Obviously.
Yeah. And they said the new Starry brand will target Gen Z audiences through advertising, can designs, and their slogan, Starry hits different.
Well, it's hitting different right now on my screen. So I mean, I'll be the first to try it. Like I'm more of a lemon lime kind of pop kind of guy than a standard Coke. If you offer me a Sprite or Sierra Mist or a Coke or a Pepsi, I'm probably gonna take the Sprite or Sierra Mist. So this is right up my alley. So like I might even do like a live review for Creatia Conversation. I'll buy one and then give you a taste test.
Apparently they are available in grocery stores nationwide right now.
Get out. Yeah. I've yet to see one.
Standard and sugar-free versions of Starry are now available in grocery stores nationwide. That's what Food Beast says, and I trust Food Beast.
If you guys want me to go ahead and like do like a live like hunt for a Starry bottle, let me know. I might be able to do a video vlog for that.
I mean, I'm with it.
I mean, I'm genuinely curious. I had no idea this was happening.
I didn't either. Like this literally popped up in my Instagram feed like 10 minutes before I got on here.
And you just decided
and I'm like, you know what? We are talking about this because who's gonna check me? But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, Starry.
Nice, interesting.
But
gonna go and check my local grocery store to see if I have one there.
You should. And if they don't have it, I have to speak to a manager and be like, why don't you have Starry in here? Go full Karen on them.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I want to go full Karen on them. I always talk ill of Karens. I'd hate to give off the same energy on that sits in like comedic purposes.
It's okay if it's a skit, you know?
If it's a skit, okay. All right. I can do a skit. I feel like Matt would be a better suited for like the Karen role. I feel like he's just a better of actor than me. I feel like he's just more comedically timed. Yeah.
We should get
the situation up. Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into some more news here. Matt dropped this in here for us. We've been kind of following this saga for a while.
Yeah.
Let's see. So there's I guess more happening with the there's some suing going on.
Yeah, like this Vince McMahon investigation. So apparently he's getting sued by a board member because he illegally used his 81% sharehold power to get himself back on the board.
Is that actually illegal though?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it sounds like that's kind of the point of owning all those shares, so you can do shit like that.
I you know, and that's kind of what was in my mind. It's like I thought that was the whole point, so you don't lose control of your own company at some point.
That's what I'm saying. Like it sounds like he did what he meant to do by owning all those shares.
Exactly, and
his stepping away was voluntary. People,
yeah, and then also they were adding the fact that what was I gonna say?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck! I lost my train of thought. You can carry on. Hold on, let me. I have to regain my train of thought here.
Okay, I mean, that was my point. It's just like it's all the lawsuit I've been, what I was told, what I heard from Matt and all that kind of stuff was just like, this sounds like what you're supposed to do if you want to control the situation and you own all the shares. Well, not all of them, but 81% of the shares of the A shares, by the way. Like, it's not even like because
right.
A shares and B shares. Like, he owns controlling stock in the company for a reason.
Yeah. Okay, so I remember what I was gonna say. That supposedly like the thing that he was just trying to put like a chokehold on any like potential like television rights deal or any kind of sale, that he would not okay any sale of the company or any television deal unless he was head of the board, and that's how he like forced his
Again,
way in,
makes
fired 2
sense.
board members,
Mostly
and
his
then
money on the line. Like,
yeah.
so it's just like, again, I get it. Say what you will about Vince if you don't like Vince, all that kind of stuff. But everything he's doing right now makes perfect sense to me. Like,
I mean,
I haven't seen him do anything yet that doesn't make sense to me.
no, 100%. Like this kind of makes sense if you're like in the situation that he's in, but if he is doing something illegal here, he can find himself in some hot water, because this could be means for him to be just voted off of the board entirely, and he's just completely out of the company. Period.
Any of
If
you
he
who are
did go
familiar
about
with
this illegally,
Right. Any of you who are familiar with these kind of laws, please drop it in the comments. Let us know. Like, let me know if I'm wrong, because this sounds like he's perfectly within his right to do, and they just up their own ass about it. So we'll see though.
Yeah, I mean we'll see. I personally thought that was something he could legally do, but apparently that may not be the case.
This is not my forte at all. I don't know.
Not me either.
I
Neither.
I know just enough to get myself in trouble with this stuff. So you shouldn't really go off of what I have to say.
No,
I don't
not
be
for
knowing.
sure. I mean, everyone's subject to their own personal opinion on this matter. Like, and the courts will decide if he did proceed things in the legal way or not. If he did something illegally that may cost him his position as head of the board, he did it. He brought it onto himself.
Exactamundo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you have like thoughts on this?
Nah, I've said my piece. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens, because
honestly, that's kind of where
you've been watching. It hasn't affected the product at all, right?
Not even in the slightest. Like, people are trying to like be up in arms. Like last night, not last night, 2 nights ago, people were like losing their shit because they thought that WWE sold to the Saudis Arabia.
Yeah, I heard about that. And I was just like, okay, we'll see.
It's like you gotta wait until like some stuff actually like you have to wait until the dust settles.
And also, that would have been entirely too quick. These kind of things take a lot of time to iron out.
Yeah,
so it's just there was, when I started reading them, like there's no way that's a done deal already.
Yeah, no. To shout out Justin from Get Your Podcast. This isn't WWE on eBay. You can't just go on eBay and buy WWE and then walk away, because that's how they dubbed their latest episode, was WWE on eBay, for sale on eBay or something along those lines. And I thought it was hilarious, because that's how people think this whole thing is going to work.
Even when you order something on eBay, it takes some time for it to get to you.
Exactly, unless you're ordering digital codes.
Well,
yeah. This ain't digital codes you're buying off of eBay.
Right.
Yeah.
What else here? Oh, you threw something at me earlier that I just
I did.
had forgotten all about. I knew it existed, but forgot all about it.
Yeah.
Velma on HBO drops today, and there's a new trailer that came out yesterday. You want to check out the trailer? What are your thoughts on the show in general?
Okay, so my initial thoughts were, without knowing anything of the core premise of the show, was it seems unnecessary to change so many of the main characters like ethnicities, like without giving me a reason for it. They changed Velma into Indian American. They changed.
Well, I think it's because Mindy's playing her.
Yeah, well, that one makes some sense. They changed Daphne to Asian, and they changed Shaggy to being African American. And
the stoner's black. Okay.
Well, I think in the show he's not a stoner yet. It's the progress of him becoming the stoner, and he's not even going by Shaggy. He's going by his government name. I'm trying to remember what it is, but
Well, they'll probably say it in the trailer. Let's watch the trailer.
Yeah, let's watch the trailer while I look up all the government details.
Yeah, since we got the power to do that now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops, my bad.
No.
I forgot to make sure you could hear.
I think that's crucial here. I mean, I think that's kind of crucial in this situation.
All right.
No audio on my end.
The bitch. Let me see. Yeah. Share system audio.
Yes.
Boom.
Is this every day? Hi JJ. Yes, this is every day. This is our daily show, Monday through Friday, noon. So join us during your lunch break.
All right, tell me if you can hear it now.
This is my story told my way. Jeez. My name is Velma Dinkley, and I've decided to finally share the bone-chilling events that drove me to assemble the greatest team of spooky mystery solvers ever.
This is where Velma supposedly...
Where she assembled the team.
She assembles the team, yes. She's also, she's supposed to be lesbian.
I guess. I don't know.
I can't convince people I didn't kill Brenda. I'm going to be arrested.
I know, but I also know how to find out who did kill Brenda. I think it has something to do with drugs, which I hate.
Really?
Do I know you?
It's Velma from school.
I have a disease where I can't recognize people who aren't hot.
Is it called rudeness?
I have an illness!
Hey, Daphne. I need a favor.
Why would I do that? We're not friends anymore. We're nemesis.
Nemesis.
That's why.
Attention! For all you wondering why the police have not yet caught the serial killer, it's because it's a ghost.
Jinkies!
Maybe it's one of those doors where you push in a brick and it opens.
Fred, wait!
I have a plan.
I love danger. You might have more success with this if you went in just a little less judgy.
Okay, Daphne, I'm the brains of this operation.
Oh, wow.
You're just the look, style, and effortless charm.
We do make a good team, don't we?
Okay. Oh, wait a
In this day and
minute.
age, you can't speculate
Thing?
about someone's sexuality unless they're famous or Peppermint Patty.
Famous for Peppermint Patty.
Norville, there you go. That's his government name.
The rules feel a bit muddy.
Muddy? Oh, sorry I'm not a drunk on the verge of losing custody like every other woman solving murders these days. All our classmates are idiots, so let's assume they're high.
You know what 420 is, right?
Yeah, it's code for adults who still watch cartoons.
Okay.
Okay, overall impressions based on the trailer.
I mean, I'll check it out. Like,
Okay.
it got my attention.
Yeah, so this is actually the third time watching the trailer. The first time I was not feeling it. The second time I showed my girlfriend, she was meh about it.
Mhm.
Kind of like she was kind of like indifferent, kind of like Matt when he was telling the story about Kate being indifferent when he shows her trailers for movies. That's kind of the same situation. And then this is the third time I'm watching it with you, and then you seem to enjoy it. So like now my opinion is kind of skewed. So like the premise starts off that supposedly someone is killing off all the hottest girls in the high school, cutting off their heads and stealing their brains. And Velma is the prime suspect because one of the girls, as we saw, was left naked or like left dead inside her locker. And she has to prove that she's not the murderer, and she's actually suspects Fred. And it's kind of weird because like some reviews I'm hearing that she has the crush on Fred, and that Shaggy has a crush on her, and then Daphne has a crush on Velma as well. But then Velma also has like this weird thing going on with Daphne where she's not sure about her feelings, so she's like queer. So it's just like a little bit everywhere.
A whole lot. Okay.
The best way I can describe it is it's basically the Harley Quinn show, but with the Scooby-Doo cast minus Scooby-Doo, the dog. So there's no Scooby-Doo here. That's why it's just dubbed Velma. That's my main issue that I had from the beginning was no Scooby-Doo. But I mean, other than that,
bothers me.
Yeah, there's no Scooby-Doo here. It's just the Velma series. It's a prequel to before anything Scooby-Doo.
They need to find the puppy.
I mean, if this leads down the road where they actually find the puppy,
because canon wise, they knew him when they were kids too. They should already have him.
Yeah,
you watched a pup named Scooby-Doo.
Exactly. There's so much canon out there to like disprove this. I mean, there's been so many multiverse shows so far right now with Marvel. Maybe this is a Scooby-Doo multiverse.
Maybe it was clearly an alternate universe because a lot of them look completely different. Like Shaggy, who's now black. But
I mean, I'm not opposed to like Shaggy being black, but it's like I kind of wanted him to still sound like Shaggy from like the 90s. Yeah.
But but I think what they did, then they have, actors like, portraying what they are kind of, it's just like Daphne's Asian, the actor's playing her as Asian, it's just like getting, some more inclusivity, giving other people a shot out there, because that's kind of what ends up happening is people don't end up getting shot because these things will come out and like, oh, well, the character's white, so either play this white guy. Oh, this white guy sounds more like a white guy than you, so we'll use him. And it's so. I'm with
one of the funny things that I was looking up when I was trying to do some research about this show is that one of the descriptors for Fred was that he has a small penis. Like when they were doing like descriptors for like all the characters, there was like, oh, Shaggy is like this beta male that's like is like friend zoned by Velma. Daphne's trying to like has like these confusing feelings towards Velma and their frenemies. Velma thinks she's better than everyone because she's smarter and yada yada. And then Fred is like this ditzy blonde, like attractive male. High schooler, rich with a small penis. Like I don't know where the small penis.
Knowing that this is written by Mindy Kaling, that tracks. Well, comes from. I don't know how much of this she wrote or produced and all that kind of stuff.
She was the lead producer.
Yeah. So knowing it's coming from her, that tracks. Speaking of her feeling she's smarter than everybody else, the word nemesis that they mentioned in this trailer, she didn't know because Daphne didn't know the plural form of nemesis. I learned the word nemesis from the movie Mystery Men.
Really?
Yeah. Simply because I forgot what the real superhero's name was in Mystery Men, the one they were supposed to be saving.
Okay.
But him, like he got captured by the main bad guy Casanova Frankenstein, and he was like, yeah, we should know each other well, we're each other's arch nemesis, and then Casanova Frankenstein corrected him, nemesis.
Why do I remember that? I didn't even know.
No, I don't know why I remember that. That's almost the only thing I remember about that movie.
I mean, at least something stuck, right? Yeah, something stuck. They use on your day-to-day
and that Kel Mitchell could only go invisible if nobody was watching him.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. So that's the Velma show. I mean, like some people are like really shitting on it, similar to the Black Adam movie. Obviously, it has its audience. It's gonna have its audience. So we'll see how it does. So I mean, because I like the Harley Quinn show, at least the few episodes that I had while I had HBO Max until I lost my free trial. So. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to actively look up Velma to actually watch it unless it's for research purposes and you asked me to follow up on the show.
I mean, other than that, like I said, I'm most likely going to check it out. So what I'll do is I'll report back next week, most likely. Well, actually, no. There's a good chance I'll watch it tonight. We'll see.
Yeah. You can report back to Matt. I mean, I heard the first like couple minutes already has like high school girl locker room nudity, so there's that. Yeah, so it's fitting for the show.
Yeah, like an 80s movie. Got you.
Exactly, like an 80s movie.
All right then.
What else we got on the docket?
Yeah, so we got some gaming news actually.
Cool.
So Xbox has a live event coming up later this month. I believe it's the 25th. Yes, the 25th. Showcase. So they're gonna drop some new details on games like Redfall, Forza Motorsport, and other things. They specified that they were not going to be talking about Skyfall though, which is just like fuck you, because Skyfall is that Bethesda game that Starfield, not Skyfall, Starfield. Where did I get Skyfall from? Starfield is one. But they're doing a standalone show for Starfield at some point, so they're not going to show us much of that. But they're the ones, Bethesda, they made Fallout and other things as such. Skyrim.
Okay, Skyrim, I know.
Yeah, those guys.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, they're on the 25th is the showcase. So I'll probably there's no probably. I will be watching that. They usually drop pretty good showcases as long as you don't watch a PlayStation showcase anytime near that one, because it always blows it out of the water. I don't know what it is. They have more games to show, I guess, and it's always just they've been at this for a while, so they're just better at it.
Yeah, repetition. Obviously, they have more cracks at it.
Yeah. That's like even when they were both doing the E3 shows, PlayStation stopped doing E3 shows a while ago, but they'd be like Sunday night would be Xbox, Monday night would be PlayStation, and like after Xbox show, like, oh, this is awesome. I don't know how anybody can stand up to that, and then PlayStation pulls out their big dick and says, "Boom, watch this," and I was just like, "Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you did all right, Xbox." Well, and that's the thing. The Xbox show would still be a good show. It's just the PlayStation show was so great. It's just like it makes it look like it wasn't as good.
Yeah, I mean by comparison, obviously it's gonna look lackluster and just like being compared to the PlayStation 1. By the way, my internet cut off there, and I came back to you saying PlayStation busts out their big old dick. That's the first thing I listened to as I come back from my internet like going off and whatnot.
Wow.
But that's usually how it is, because like I mean I've never been an Xbox guy because I've never owned the system. I've kind of stayed with Sony from like the 2 all the way to the 5 now. And like usually I just look forward to like PlayStation exclusives or anything going on there.
You play Ragnarok yet?
So what?
You play Ragnarok yet?
I have not. I'm in
the midst of it now, and yeah, I'm loving it. But
I've purposely made a goal for myself to stop wasting money on video games that I'm not gonna play right away. So I want to like buy a video game, finish it, and then buy the next one, because I have a bad habit of collecting video games and then they just sit there and then never play them.
I may or may not have the same problem. However, I started playing God of War pretty much when I got God of War. So
okay, yeah, that's definitely a game I have to go ahead and give a playthrough for sure.
Yeah,
because the last game I did that with was Legends Arceus, for the Switch.
Yeah,
because I got it like a few months after like the remakes for Diamond and Pearl. And I just never played it. I played like a little bit of it and I never touched it. And
I played it. It was just like, it wasn't what I was looking for in a Pokemon game.
No, it felt like I was playing Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibes I got.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, the only time I really had that problem with buying games like that, was when like something comes up on sale on the PlayStation Store, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. And then it sits in my library for 2 years, and I'm like, oh, I never played that.
I did that with Dragon Ball Z Fighters, and just kind of stayed there, just because it was on sale, and just stayed there. I like anytime a game that I might have played even slightly, like I'll buy it from the PlayStation Store, and it just sits there. I think I have Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I have yet to play it.
I had Lego DC Villains in my library for like 3 years. Played it for the first time, I think, earlier last year, like in March or something of 2022. Just because I'm like, I wanted something to play. I wanted to play something with Amani too. I'm like, oh, this would be a good. I'm like, oh, I didn't know I had this. And look back at how far back I got. I'm like, damn, really?
That's usually how it goes. I mean, I bought the Arkham bundle, even though I have both Arkham games, and I didn't need to, but I just bought it because it was on sale. It's like, oh, it'll make me want to play it more because it's digitally on my system, and I don't have to actually grab the disc. But no, it still just sits there on my system without it being played.
Yeah, and I think with that one, it actually doesn't even include the one that I haven't played, which was the one that was that wasn't done by Rocksteady. It was done by WB. The one what was it called? It was the prequel one, that one that takes place like on Christmas Eve and shit. Black Mask is the main villain.
Arkham Stories? No, wait.
No, that's the that was the Telltale game.
Fuck. I'm trying to remember them.
Yeah, what the fuck was it?
I'm looking it up right now because it's gonna bug me if we don't figure it out before the show ends.
Good, I appreciate that. But yeah, I can move on to other video games while we're here.
Was it Batman Arkham Origins?
Yes, that was the one. That was the one.
There you go. That makes sense.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Weight off my shoulders now.
He hasn't given me a reason today yet.
Well, I think the only reason he hasn't tried to fire me today is because he doesn't have a co-host. So like I was his last hope because Morrow wasn't available. Matt had to go to work, so it's like it's Vince or I go solo. So
I was actually given an alternative yesterday, and I could have used that alternative. But like no, I want to do the show with Vince today. So
okay. I mean, I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice, but I'm just getting over the cold. And I feel like I still am not 100%, but I feel like 75% Vince is better than no Vince.
This is true. Let's see. So the other thing in the news here, Ubisoft has canceled 3 unannounced games, but it also delayed Skull and Bones for the 6th time.
Jesus.
At this point, I'm convinced this game isn't coming out. Like, they delay this game so much. And every time a new show comes out, they drop a different date that's later than the date they said before. They're just like, yeah, this is coming out later now. I'm just like, are you aware of this game at all? Do you know what it is?
No. But what's it called?
Skull and Bones. So you've played Assassin's Creed games, right?
Yes.
Have you played 3 and 4?
No.
Okay. Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 4 had the ship combat stuff.
Okay.
This game is pretty much all ship combat. Not pretty much. It's nothing but pirate ship combat stuff. That's all the game is. But yeah, I saw that. I'm like, oh yeah, I want in on that. I want that.
That sounds fun for sure.
In my eyeballs, in my hands now, and they keep delaying it. And I'm like, fuck you.
When did it first get announced? That's my question.
It's been years. Let's see.
If it goes back to 2012, I might have.
It wasn't 2012.
Okay, if it goes back to at least 2014, 2016, I might have still been working at GameStop when it first aired the original announcement.
Let's see.
No, because at this point, like 6 delays, like 6
2017.
Delays.
First announced at E3 2017.
I think I might have heard it the first time and I just forgot all about it because it's been delayed so many times. At this point, it's starting to sound like Dr. Dre's Detox album that's never coming out, that never came out. If you really think about it, this might never come out.
No, yeah, I'm convinced the game's not coming. It's just wow. All right. But yeah, that was really all that was about that. I'm frustrated because I want to play the game.
No, I get you because I was frustrated when I heard that the Wolverine game was going to be delayed a little bit. So
yeah, I mean, but that was when I hadn't seen anything except that one little opening cutscene thing, and so it's just like I was convinced they hadn't really done anything with it yet. So I'm like, give it to me when you got it.
Honestly, right now the only game I'm looking forward to is Sony's follow-up to the Spider-Man game for the PS4.
Interesting. You're not a Harry Potter guy?
Oh, the Harry Potter game too. Yes. Matt was telling me all about it.
Because speaking of that, they dropped another trailer yesterday. Again, saw this right before we got on. You want to check that out? I have not watched it.
I'm excited. Come on, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I have not seen this. I don't even know what they're gonna show. It's Hogwarts Legacy, Headmaster Black's Legacy trailer.
I'm in.
Yeah. So let's see what we got here. Let me see. I think I know how to do this now, so that you can hear.
Hello, I'm Simon Pegg, and I'm playing Phineas Nigellus Black. Phineas Black is, at this point in the story, he's the headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. We saw Phineas in the books and in the films. He was a portrait in Dumbledore's office, but this is at a time when he was actually actively the headmaster. Phineas Nigellus Black is the least popular headmaster in the history of Hogwarts.
You are here to focus on your academic futures.
He is a sort of pompous, disinterested.
You call that a shine on those boots?
Damn.
Do better.
He's not a good
Do
teacher.
better. You know what? I'm
or
trying to tell people that
headmaster
all the
in
time,
any way.
man.
I think he would have taken on the role of headmaster because
You've told me that. It's like, don't be sorry, just do better.
Do better.
I don't think he has any interest in children's education or being in any way a role model. It's not really his concern. What he wants is the kudos of being the headmaster of the greatest wizarding school in the world.
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the ministry.
Yeah, he's just a bit of an idiot, really.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? No, of course you haven't.
Is it
Yes,
weird that
Sirius
I'm
Black, that's
thinking
great,
Andy
great
Bernard
grandfather, I think I'm right in
from
saying
The
that.
Office when
There's
he
gotta be a
talks
little
like
bit
that?
of something
Yeah.
funny. Sirius is not the product of the Black family, seemingly. He's very different. And Phineas Nigellus is like the opposite of Sirius Black. He's not noble. He's not brave. He's just a self-interested fool.
Okay.
Through the game, we come across Phineas as a sort of help and a hindrance to the players who are working their way through the game.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule Your schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student.
He's entirely there to scupper the efforts of the player, I'm sure.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Jesus.
One time for the Slytherins, though.
The lessons I think the students and players will get from
I forgot you're a Slytherin.
don't
Makes
be like
sense.
Phineas Nigellus Black. He is not someone to aspire to. He is a self-involved, cantankerous, slightly childish figure, and I think be less like Phineas is the message of the game.
I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
I'm extremely excited to be part of the Harry Potter universe. I watched all those movies and always expected a role. Virtually every British actor has been in the Wizarding World.
Expected a
films,
role.
apart from me.
Expected.
So
It
to
sounds
get the
like
role of
character
Black,
design.
one of the Black family. That's,
We had to wait for the game.
That's a cool thing because Sirius was always my favorite character in the books. So it feels really good. It feels like something's finally been put right.
You know, sometimes I see actors or like celebrities or even other people's like, oh yeah, I read all the books, I watched all the movies, and sometimes I don't believe them. I don't believe someone's like actually sat there and watched something like you can kind of get the vibe from someone if they're a fan of the books or movies.
Yeah.
Like I won't sit here and lie. I said I've read the books. I think I might have at some point in grade school, in middle school or whatever, read one of or two of the books, started to, never finished the books, but I'm more of a movies fan because I'm a visual kind of guy, you know.
Yeah, like the certain ones, like when comic book movies come out, like, yeah, I went back and I researched all this and read all of them and all that kind of stuff. I'm just like, no, you didn't. You're
No,
a
you fucking didn't. Stop.
There's no way you read every single one of those comic books. There's too many.
No.
There's no way.
Look, I love Spider-Man. He's my favorite. I love Marvel comics. I like DC comics as well. But I'm not gonna sit back and like go back and read every single comic because you have to like either like be a hermit and on some Heath Ledger like type shit when you lock yourself in the hotel room for days and try to like like focus on that one thing. Like you're not gonna be able to do it. Like don't sit here and lie.
Right. Like me, I'm a Batman guy. I've always been a Batman guy.
Yes.
But if I'm the one who like got the opportunity to like write something for Batman, I'm not gonna lie and say I read every single Batman comic book ever written. I have not. There's no way. Have I read a lot of them? Yes. Do I still read a lot of them as they're coming out? Not. Yes, I do. But I have not read all of them. I'm there are plenty that came out before I was born that I've never read. You know, there's some that came out since I've been born, of course, that I've never read. I know this. It's not possible to keep up with all that stuff. So it's okay. Don't lie. There's no point.
Favorite Batman. Favorite Batman.
Like acted Batman?
Favorite Batman in general, like in any media.
Oh, animated series.
Animated series.
Yeah,
okay.
That's my Batman. Yeah.
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Okay. What outside of that one? What about live action? Live action Batman. Is it bad that I really like Ben Affleck's Batman?
No, because I get it. He's not my favorite, but I can understand why it would be somebody's favorite.
I just don't approve of the killing. If it wasn't for the killing, he'd be almost like perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the Christian Bale Batman, but I mean, I grew up on Keaton, so it's kind of my thing.
Keaton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No love for Edward. Twilight Batman.
I didn't love that movie as much as other people did. I didn't like it. It was just like to me. I watched. I'm just like, I mean, it's cool. I don't think it deserves all the dick sucking y'all are giving it right now. But
thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad I've ran into someone that actually doesn't jerk off the movie like it's like one of the best like comic films or superhero films in the last couple of years, because it's not. They were trying to like compare it to like other like Marvel films that are high up there, and I just no, it's like I wasn't feeling emo Batman. I wasn't feeling emo Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and my thing was they took away so much of what made Batman Batman. Like, is the reason why the Bruce Wayne Batman thing works is because he's such the opposite.
Yes.
Like, if you're always sitting around brooding and all that kind of stuff, you're acting just like Batman. You know, it might raise some suspicions that way. But if you're completely opposite attitude all the time, you know, full on playboy all the time, there's no way this dude is Batman. He's too selfish. Like, there's no way.
Exactly. Like Batman and Bruce Wayne are one and the same. Bruce Wayne is just as much of a mask as the Batman mask is. You never know who the real Bruce Wayne is.
Right.
Yeah.
JJ, just want to follow up on this one. I've seen 1.5 of the Harry Potter movies.
1.5. Which ones?
The first one and half of the second one. Like, I started watching them because back when I was working at Universal Studios, I believe it was either the last one or the second to last one that came out at that time, and we were going to be able to see it free because we worked there. They had a whole free screening for employees and all that kind of shit.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I haven't seen any of them yet, so I'm like, I'll sit down and watch all these movies. And I got through the first one, and I was just like, then got like halfway through the second one, and I'm just like, I just don't care. And like, it was just one of those like, I guess it's just not for me. However, this game looks very interesting to me, and I'm just like, this might be what gets me in.
It could be, and you never know. It's always like the smallest of things, or the things that you don't expect that gets you into a genre, franchise, or anything in general.
Yeah,
that's all it takes. Honestly, that's all.
I'm open to it happening. Like, I'm not against it. Like, I don't actively dislike it. I just don't care. It's the same thing with me with Star Wars. Like, I don't actively dislike Star Wars. I just don't care.
Travis, I feel the same way about. I was just about to make the same analogy. It was like, you may not like. Some people say that Star Wars is fantastic. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't dislike Star Wars. I just don't care for it. Like, I just don't care to watch it. It just doesn't pique my interest.
My favorite Star Wars thing that I've ever seen is Rogue One.
Never even watched that.
It's very un-Star Wars. That's gonna be like it's a war story. Like it's a war story in space, combined with kind of a heist, and Darth Vader shows up at the end.
My favorite Star Wars, my favorite thing from Star Wars is just the Baby Yoda memes. That's how extensive my.
Here's the thing:
my
I enjoy the Mandalorian.
yes,
I enjoyed Boba Fett.
yes.
Both of those I probably, well, Boba Fett definitely, but I probably wouldn't have watched had it not been for Amani wanting to watch it because it was just for me. It was just like I just don't care. But I went ahead and watched it with her. I'm like, oh, okay, I can watch this. And
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay, I'm enjoying this. All right, cool. Then Andor, watch that. And like, yeah, again, it could have been anything, not called Star Wars anything, and I would have enjoyed it. So yeah, I feel the same way about that as I do about Harry Potter. It's just like I don't actively dislike it. I'm not against the idea that something in that universe is something that I would enjoy.
Mhm.
I'm just not really like down with the movies like that. It just they don't really do it for me.
JJ over here thinking she might renew her Game Pass. I say you should do it just cause.
It's more of a open world kind of RPG style thing, action
Mhm.
style game.
Okay. I mean, if she's talking about like strategy, she should go ahead and like get Marvel Snap.
Hop on Marvel Snap.
Hop on Marvel Snap. So he's full circle. We started the show talking about Marvel Snap. We're ending the show on Marvel Snap. I think that's perfect.
Well, that's not
symmetry.
quite everything. We got one more thing. It's a small thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Abbott Elementary got renewed for a third season. We all pretty much saw this coming. It just won a Golden Globe for best television series or comedy. So it's just clearly it was going to get renewed. Won 3 awards, I think. One best for that, and then Quinta Brunson won for best actress, and then Tyler Williams, I think his name is. Everybody Hates Chris. He won for best supporting actor. So
I haven't like watched the full on episode, but I keep seeing clips of like the dude that plays Everybody Hate Chris. It's so funny. It's very funny. I see it on TikTok or like my sister always plays it in the background whenever I visit my parents, and it seems like a very funny show. I think it's one of the, is it specifically only on
didn't
one
know
streaming?
that Makeup Team won as well. Sorry, Vince, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no. It's totally cool. Is it on the specific streaming platform?
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu?
Mm-hmm.
I have to check it out.
That's where I watch
check it out. Yeah. I might just check it out just for what's the actor's name that plays Chris? Everybody.
I believe it's Tyler Williams is his name. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
I'm sorry, chat. I can't see that man without thinking Chris Rock from Everybody Hates Chris. Mm-hmm. It's just that you see certain like actors and you can't associate them with anything else. Like the actress that plays Kitty Foreman from That 70s Show. I see her and I just think of that.
Yeah. I mean, Tom Hanks is forever Forrest Gump to me. Yeah, Tyler James Williams.
Yeah. Same here. I hear Jerry Seinfeld's voice and I think the Bee from the Bee movie. You know,
that's so random.
Like I don't even think of him as Jerry Seinfeld. I think of him as like the Bee from the Bee movie. I don't even know the name of the bee, but Tyler James Williams. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You were close enough. Close
enough.
I
just left out the James. It's
okay. It's a middle name. It's meant to be forgotten.
Yeah. Well, it might be one of those things like Denzel Washington's son. His name is John David Washington, but that's not his middle name. His like first name is John David.
Interesting.
So his first name might be Tyler James. I don't know. Yeah.
Might have to do some research on that one, but I don't care enough. I don't care enough to do it.
I don't think I care enough to look that deeply into it.
Me either. Nah, man. I'm curious, but not that
but what I do care about is something I forgot. Is this episode is brought to you by My Sensual Secrets.
Ooh, tell me more about these sensual secrets.
Yeah. So mysensualsecrets.com boasts one of the largest giggity catalogs on the web across all varying levels of adult toy categories, with toys for him, for her, and for both. The product line is extensive compared to other extensive, not intensive. Jesus, what is going on with me today? Extensive compared to other competitors in the sexual wellness industry. Orders ship within 24 hours, so customers are always satisfied with both the price and the quality. MyCentralSecrets.com has top-rated reviews and exceptional customer service. So just go to sensual.creationworld.com to receive 10% off your order today. That's sensual.creationworld.com and get 10% off today.
Oh man, the chat's killing me. It's like if you're having a stroke, let me know. You are.
Well, luckily, if it happens, you'll be able to see it and you'll be able to come help quickly. You know.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, go ahead. Check out My Central Secrets, CreatiaWorld.com.
And I will continue to tweak to bang this drum every day.
Yeah.
Listen, fellas. Toys are your friend. They are not the enemy.
I fully embrace toys in the bedroom. Yes.
They enhance. They don't take anything away from you. They enhance what you're doing.
Matter of fact, how come we haven't been plugging this on Smack and the Raw? Like
because I didn't have the ad written yet.
Okay. If you have the ad written, perfectly written, we'll plug it on this week's show. We'll make sure. We just had an OnlyFans content creator on last week. It would have been the perfect time to like plug it, but missed opportunities, missed opportunities.
Well, if things go well, there's a chance that we'll have more opportunities for that.
Obviously, yes, for sure. Get 100 of toys in.
She's talking about how earlier this week when I was talking, I was saying you could put in half the work and still get the job done if you got a toy with you. So that's what she's referring to. And I worded that wrong. Basically, it enhances what you're doing. So put in 100% of the work and give her 200% of the pleasure. All right.
There you go. I'm not sure if the math adds up properly,
it does.
but I'm not here to question it.
It adds up.
All right. I'm not a mathematician. I'm a Hufflepuff. There's a distinction.
Oh, man. Okay. But yeah, I think that'll be it. That's all the news. Thank you all for coming and spending this time with us. Those of you who are watching live, thank you for doing so.
We appreciate you, beautiful people, taking time out of your lunch break.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not watching live, you should do so. Go to twitch.tv/creationworld. All right. Go right there.
Man. I love the chat. It's one of the best things about the show sometimes.
Yeah, like I said, live. Twitch.tv/creationworld. We're also live on YouTube at youtube.com/creationworld. If you're watching us later, you can watch us also on YouTube, but you can also check us out on Pornhub, pornhub.com/model/creationworld. Nice. But also on podcast services everywhere. You can just listen there. Also, other shit, all our links and everything, go to linktree.com/creationworld. But the easiest thing to do, best way to go about it is creationworld.com. All the information is there, everything you need.
Yeah. Simple and straight to the point.
If you want to throw some other support, though, you can go to patreon.com/creationworld. Get a lot of the extra stuff we do. We got Return to Wrestling with myself and the Warden, Matt Ritter. We also have Multiverse with myself and Mara the Shark Watkins. It's good fun. Throwing back the clock with Matt, making him watch old WCW stuff is a personal joy of mine. But also,
he hates it.
Oh, no, I know he does. And making him miserable also brings me joy. Also, Multiverse, looking at all the different DC animated stuff because that's their best stuff. And it's so much fun going back and looking at those. But yeah, also you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at It's Creatia World. It's ITSCREATIA World. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Creatia World. We actually have a Facebook group for a particular podcast that Vince is on. Vince, what is that podcast and what is that Facebook group?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's facebook.com/SmackDownRaw. Group/SmackDownRaw. There you go. I always forget the groups part. I'm used to Matt plugging all the plugs.
You're
doing
fired.
all the plugs. It's okay. You ran through most of the show with me, so my purposes have been fulfilled. to be called upon whenever there's no one available once again.
Anyway, where can they find you, sir?
They can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SCSVince. Click the link tree in my bio, takes it to everything Creatia World, Smack the Raw, everything. Check all that stuff out. Support the show, and you can find me every Friday night streaming live on Twitch and YouTube for the Smack the Raw weekly show. So go ahead and check that out with me and the Ward and Matt Ritter. Yeah, that's about it.
You do other shit too, don't you?
I do. I've been
Plug your
sick,
shit, bro.
If you do hit the link tree in my bio, we'll also take you to Everything Straight Talk, where we talk mostly basketball lately, but we will be doing some Wrestling March Madness come March and some other fantasy booking stuff. Go ahead and check that out. It has a bunch of nerdish stuff. We've done Pokemon, we've done Yu-Gi-Oh, DBZ, a bunch of stuff there. So go ahead and check that out as well if you want to hear more of me in talking outside of like the basketball, like the wrestling stuff, and you want to hear basketball stuff. So yeah, check that out.
Okay. And also, if you're looking for me, you can find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Believe that's it. We're all set. We will catch you back tomorrow. I believe it'll be me and Matt tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
We'll see you then. Until that time, we out.
Later, y'all.